In the beginning, I was supposed to talk to another session, but then at a certain stage, Angela told me, oh, but you have to talk there. Well, it was about education, publishing. I've been a university professor for many years. I have been a researcher almost of my life. Currently, I'm coordinating a research group on education, so really, I should have a lot of answers to this issue of quality. But in reality, when I was thinking, I thought, oh, I have many questions, but very few answers. Then I thought, well, why? And some years ago, oh no, let's say yesterday, when I was just a PhD student, I met Silvio and Jerry. They were just publishing their book on quality of science for policy, and they told me an important thing. You can never talk about quality in general. You have always to talk quality for what? According to which use you are evaluating quality. And then, in fact, I thought, well, education for what? That's an interesting question. And just this morning came to my mind an ancient story about a philosopher, Thales, who was living in Miletus, and everybody knew that he was the wisest person in the island, but also the poorest one. So he was really very, very poor, and everybody was claiming that philosophy was of no use because, you know, he couldn't make any money out of it. So he said, well, you know, philosophers, we are interested in other things, but if we would like to make money, we could. And in fact, he showed that. We are talking about many, many centuries ago, and indeed he invented two concepts that were quite, let's say, fundamental in modern economics. Monopoly and even derivatives, they are really current economics. In fact, with very few money he had, he gave as a deposit to all the owners of the olive presses in the island. When the olive harvest came, then everybody had to go to the olive presses that he hired. So he had a monopoly, he really built up a monopoly. And of course, he could price a lot for its use and made a lot of money. But in the beginning, he had no money, just gave a very small money for the deposit. So at the end of the process, thanks to these two basic concepts he created many centuries ago, that economists would have discovered much later, he became the richest of the island. And then he said, you see, I could make all the money I want, but I'm simply not interested in it. So, education for what? Education for growth. Yes, of course, it's a quite relevant objective, and of course, if you want to use your skills for making money or for the economic growth of a country, it's quite a good idea. But education is also for being a good citizen, or even for individual happiness. You can be a quite happy person just because you are studying something, you are reading, and it's for your well-being. So how you evaluate the quality of an education system? For the fact that this system or your teacher is giving you the right skills for making money, for being a creative person, for being just an happy person? It's difficult to know. So we really don't have the basic answer to this because the basic concept of quality is not there. We don't know exactly education for what. Maybe for all these things at the same time. But of course, this would be a quite lucky situation. Say desirable but difficult to achieve in practice. So what we can do? Well, I have just an answer. Education for everybody. Because surely we don't know education for what, but surely I think an education system is a good one if everybody can use it. If you really have an equality of opportunity to access to the system. For being a rich person, for being a happy person, for being a good citizen, whatever, but you really need it. And surprisingly enough, this is something that nobody will be against. I mean, if we just go to the political right or left wing, everybody would agree. For different reasons. Left wing, because of course, equality of opportunity, fairness is something important. But for the right wing, you will have a lot of theories around, in theory at least, where economists says that for efficiency, for market efficiency, so becoming the richest of the islands in the Thalys story, you need to have equality of opportunity to access the market. I just finished it. So really what I think it's important that we can enjoy education.